You are listening to the Business Leadership Podcast with Edwin Frondozo.
Hello. I'm Paul Newton, creative producer of the Future Narrator miniseries, and I'm here I'm replacing the host of the Business Leadership Podcast today. And what we're doing is recording live at the Web Summit Vancouver 2025, where we're exploring how today's leaders shape the future, not just through strategy, but through story. We believe that a strong point of view is what inspires communities, builds movements, and cuts through the noise in uncertain times. So let's get into this conversation. Today's guest is a world-class investor and entrepreneur whose journey spans continents, disciplines, and industries. Lu Zhang is founder and managing partner of Fusion Fund, a Silicon Valley-based venture firm backing deep tech founders at the forefront of AI, healthcare, edge computing, and enterprise innovation. A Stanford engineering alumna and a serial entrepreneur, Lu built her first medical device company at age 21, translating academic research into real-world solutions for type 2 diabetes. After its acquisition, she turned her focus to investing, launching Fusion Fund in 2015 to support the next generation of technical founders. A first-generation immigrant from Inner Mongolia, Lu earned recognition from the World Economic Forum, Forbes 30 Under 30, and Business Insider as one of the most influential women in early-stage investing. She's a frequent speaker on global tech summits, a board leader for high-impact initiatives, and a passionate voice for bringing breakthrough science to market. So welcome to the show, Lu Zhang. Welcome to the Business Leadership Podcast, Lu.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure to have you here. And just tell me a little bit about how things are going and your experience of Web Summit Vancouver so far.
So I know it used to be a coalition in Toronto. So I've been coming to the Web Summit for many years, probably since 2017. It's always a great gathering. As I mentioned to you earlier, that this is one of the best tech conference in my opinion. It's not only the number of the attendees, it's really the quality of the conversation, diversity of the background of all the attendees, and also the rich content of all the panel. And for this Web Summit Vancouver, I'm speaking on two panels. Both panels are really emphasized and focusing on talking about the future opportunity challenge of AI-powered healthcare innovation. And we're able to really deep dive into the details of this is the interesting market timing with lots of volatility and uncertainty. But meanwhile, technology is evolving so fast. Healthcare is very special with lots of regulation compliance consideration. But meanwhile, fundamental tech is in a critical moment. And also AI become a very strong accelerator, be able to help us push on the acceleration of the new technology for commercialization and take it from there, eventually achieve the goal for all of us we want it for healthcare, personalization, early diagnostics, digital therapeutics. So that's what is happening right now. And for us, it's also an exciting time. Thank you for the introduction. So I've been doing this early stage venture investment since 2015. So I started Fusion Fund in 2015 after my journey as a material scientist at Stanford and later entrepreneur. So this year is our official 10-year anniversary.
Right.
Yeah, we just celebrate our 10-year anniversary with our annual meeting a couple of weeks ago in San Francisco with all the people in our community. And really, 10 is a magical number, and the 10 years is a magical number, make you want to reflect on the past, how did we get here, and what we been achieved in the past couple of years. So this reflection really make me feel more rewarding of the founders we've been backing, and also the community we build up across the entrepreneur, across the industry leader, and also across the large corporate strategic partner side. So it's a very strong ecosystem we're building. So we're very busy. We did our Fund 4, did a final close in early this year, announced it. It's an oversubscribed $190 million fund. Now our total fund size is already over $500 million. So we're in active deploying mode. And that's also one of the reasons I'm here in Web Summit. Of course, we have the fund ready. We're in active deploying mode. We want to meet with lots of high quality funder to talk about potential opportunity for us to join on board in early stage, support them to grow.
Thank you. Well, it's great to have you at such a pivotal time in Fusion Fund and celebrating this momentous occasion. And so, what kind of problem would Fusion Fund be solving in early stage tech investment and startup innovation? What problems do you see right now?
I think, when I initially started Fusion Fund in 2015, one motivation for me was when I was an entrepreneur, I found that not all the VC I talked to had experience as an entrepreneur operator. I'll have the technology experience to understand what I'm building. So I want to really build up a VC that we went through the journey founder went through. So we have the first-hand experience helping them in this very vulnerable phase of the early stage to grow the business. Another thing is also because we're technology entrepreneur ourselves, we know what is the critical matters. Support the founder. The best founder always hate micromanagement, but on the other side, as a catalyst, this is the nature definition of a VC capital. We're catalyst, how we really accelerating the growth of the business. So that's the thing we want to build up here in Fusion Fund. So on one side, if you look at a team background, I started as a solo GP, later build up the team with other partners, etc. Across the team, everyone's a technologist, a former entrepreneur operator, also have a diverse industry background. So we understand both hardware, software, AI, healthcare. We also understand both tech innovation and also industry market timing. That's one side of the differentiation and also what we want to create value to the market. Another challenge we saw for founder is early market validation. Founder can be extraordinary building a product, can be extraordinary building up the team, but how to get early validation from the market and the product market fit and the initial contract, that's always a major challenge for the early stage startup. How we as venture capitalists are helping them and solve the problem. So in Fusion Fund, we built up the CXO network since 2018. And together with one of my partners, Shane, he's the former CTO of HP. And we have 45 CTO now across Global 1000 company in our community. And we're able to get together with them every quarter and directly connect them, the CTO of the large corporate who have the budget and also priority to work with the tech founder directly with the technology owner. Then the partnership contract and the potential collaboration would happen naturally.
Oh, wow. Okay, wow. So you have a lot of experience on both sides, and you're bringing your knowledge and expertise from being a founder, both a founder in tech and the medical field, but also now from the venture side. What do you think is a unique point of view that you personally bring? Like, through your own experience, how do you see things different than everyone else?
Yeah, so you can see first, you see my face, I'm an immigrant. So I originally from a place called Inner Mongolian. So I came to United States in 2010, then start my journey in Silicon Valley since then. So I think I'm kind of the combination of all this minority thing. I'm a female founder. I was an immigrant founder. I'm also a very not traditional background of the fund manager to start with. I think this gave me personally a perspective that I'm very open-minded and very open to support and work with a different type of founder. We always talk about the pattern recognition and profiling, but I'm against the profiling founder. I think it's hard to say only one type of founder going to be successful. And we wanted to support all different type of founder, give them opportunity to work with us and also be successful. Our criteria is very consistent. We just back the top founder based on their capability, the product, the market they're focusing on, regardless of where they come from, regardless of their gender, their age. So I think that's one thing, because who I am naturally bring to the firm. So when people ask me about this DEI thing, I'm like, for us, it's really within our DNA, because we're so diverse in terms of the team background. Myself is the definition of the diversity. And we truly believe diversity is critical to innovation, because you want to have different perspective coming in, be able to look at the same problem from different angle, be able to justify for a bigger market. So I think that's one thing I really, myself, different from other. Another thing is, still go back to what I mentioned early on, I'm a tech nerd, as you can tell. And also I was an entrepreneur myself. I also was an entrepreneur. I was doing a medical device company, it's a deep tech company. I was utilizing machine learning. So I think all this first-hand experience make me, as an investor, I probably look at a company, define our partnership with founder more from founder's perspective. If you talk to lots of our founder, they will tell you that they really love working with us on the board level and also as an investor level, because we just know what is the critical piece to help them. And another thing is, go back what I mentioned earlier on, seed, Series A, Series C, even Series B round. Earlier stage is very vulnerable stage. Founder not only need just a resources connection, they also need understanding. understand what they've been through, understand this is a bumpy road. You won't just go like rocket launching all up. It will be uptime and downturn. How to go through downturn, whether you have the right support to go through downturn is critical, and we can be that type of support.
Thank you. And just diversity. I mean, it's a big thing now, but you just lived it, all your life and through your experience, on both sides. And so that level of understanding, I think it's a really, really critical thing for founders at this stage in their journey. And do you think that it impacts the success of the fund and the companies that you work with?
So I think in general, the thing is, let me give you some ratio. In Silicon Valley right now, I think 40% of local residents are first-generation immigrants like me. If you look at the latest unicorns in the market, more than 50% of them at least have one co-founder or founder are first-generation immigrant. Not to mention other, the background, etc. So I think what AI is enable people with different background be able to do innovation. But the U.S. is one of the best market in the world and the largest market for B2B. And this is the best market to utilize the technology and attracting the talent across the globe come over to Silicon Valley to make it happen. So I think if you look at that from the broader picture, that the answer is very clear. That do you want to capture the top talents, not only just the top 1% of talents in California or in US, but the top 1 talent across the world? I think the answer is yes. As an investor, why not? You don't want to work with the smartest people across the world, be able to build innovation. We wanted to. And whether you have an infrastructure perspective mindset, be able to identify and work with the right founder is critical. So we have lots of amazing founders work with us with different type of background. I think be able to really have this community, make them feel they're supported, make them feel they understand, and it's really important. In this world, I feel like understanding is the term we didn't discuss enough. We always talk about agree and disagree, which is not happening for lots of conversation. But I think the fundamental thing is understanding. I can see that understand where it came from, although I don't agree with it. But now the challenge is we skip the understanding part. We directly disagree with each other. So I think this understanding of the journey, understanding where it came from is really critical.
Well, I think that's really a unique perspective that you and Fusion Fund is bringing, just to startups everywhere and offering opportunity to people that are otherwise having trouble to have access to the same level of opportunities as everyone else, even though they're at the highest level globally. So that's really a great thing that you're bringing to the world here. And so, what do you think the future looks like in the world when like you said, DEI is not an issue? It's just we've got the top 1% of talent globally everywhere building the future. What do you see?
Yeah, I know now is kind of an interesting time to talk about the future because the near term, there's short term and even mid-term uncertainty and lots of volatility in the public market, lots of uncertainty because of the geopolitical issue. And we all know the elephant in the room, right? It's kind of a challenging time for people to try to predict the near future. But I think the beauty of our job, like doing early stage venture, is we're not backing company. They need to go public, whatever, in the next 2 or 3 years. We're backing the future, which means the company we're investing right now, where our expectation is they're going to go big in 5, 7, 10 years and become a major contributor to the society, to the industry, and be able to drive positive change, make great financial return. And so we're more like long-term investor. So if you ask me long-term, I think the future is really extraordinary. And we're looking at all this company, share with you a couple metrics. One side is from the company side. 10 years ago, when I was a founder, if you want to grow a company revenue from 0 to $1 to $2 million, probably take you 2 or 3 years. Now, within a year, company can grow revenue from 0 to $20 million to $50 million. Some company can grow from $500,000 to $100 million. We're seeing across our portfolio last year, over 2/3 of them have 20x revenue growth. Many of them didn't really raise a new round. That's the beauty of how fast the commercialization of new technology. That's also a signal to indicate how fast the industry is integrate and accepting new technology. So that's really the beauty. Another thing is, how big is this tech innovation trend? When we talk about traditional tech innovation, we're always limited to the definition of IT tech industry, which is about 9% of US GDP. But now AI is not only enabling tech industry, it's enabling the whole service industry as well. And we talk about AI agent, the digital labor, then think about it. It's not a 9% US GDP. It might be over 50% of US GDP, not only tech industry, insurance, financial, logistic, healthcare industry, all be powered and salaried by AI. That's a very, very big future. That's truly amazing. And I was actually a couple of weeks ago in our annual meeting, we have the one and the only the CEO and the founder of Salesforce, Mark Benioff, joining us as a speaker. He was mentioning that I totally agree with him. He said, okay, we might be the last generation of leader have only human labor. Yeah. In the future, we'll probably have a lot of digital labor plus human labor, and with AI empowerment, with less people are going to do more, which is amazing news for the productivity improvement. And this is going to happen in the next 5, 7, 10 years. So if you ask me, long term, I think we're looking at a super promising future. But meanwhile, I think we need to make sure the founder and also all of us be adaptive to the near term and short term uncertainty, and be able to adapt to changes, adapt to challenges, identify the opportunity from the challenges, and accelerating growth from there.
So in that 5-year span before, that window, before you're seeing your companies that you're investing for, how do you navigate just that window where there is the uncertainty and there's always adaptation and always change and pivoting, just like that?
Yeah, that's the value of the community we're building up. When you have lots of uncertainty, access to the key high quality information knowledge is always super helpful. So the community I mentioned, we build up the CXO network with all this Fortune 1,000 large corporate CTO. We also have an expert network with also top tier AI leader in Silicon Valley. We have a VC fellowship. We have super founder network. All this different community and network be able to contribute different perspective and information, the high quality firsthand to us. Then when we gather all this information, we also want to share with founder. I think one thing as a VC we can do better right now in this time of uncertainty is we can serve as a small think tank for our founder, because we are like a center hub for all different information. Because the nature of a VC is we're talking to different people every single day, right? And gather all this information and share our knowledge and insights with the founder, help them be more prepared with the near-term volatility.
Well, thank you for that. And just before we wrap up, do you have any final thoughts or advice for founders that are just starting out, and whether they're looking for investment or what they should be doing? Anything that comes to mind at all?
Yes, I think the two things I want to emphasize. One thing is we talk about the short-term uncertainty. I also understand now the fundraising market is not ideal for founders. So I think founders should be more adaptive to the market, be alert, keep a close eye on their cash flow runway. And another thing is also looking at different source of funding. Of course, the VC capital is one thing. How about other like venture debt, venture loan, and including non-dilutive funding? I know there's lots of challenge with non-dilutive funding now, but still capital resources available. So keep all different options on the table, be able to be versatile. And meanwhile, including the exit, I know everyone is waiting for the IPO market to open up, but we don't know. They may not open up until 2026. So in the meantime, if you're a founder in the grow later stage, consider liquidity. Also be open to merge acquisition conversation. There are lots of merge acquisition activity going on right now in the market. So that's the one piece of suggestion. Another suggestion is specific for founder focusing on the AI company. I know lots of companies are building AI application and vertical model. So we have tons of discussion about how important the AI model it is. But on the other side, the foundation of building a low-cost, high-quality, edge-enabled AI-native solution is really based on the quality of the data. So for all the founder, I would suggest you to think about what is your data strategy. Whether your solution be able to give you good access to high quality data, whether you're able to build up a data library with diverse high quality data, which is going to support you to fine tune your AI solution, AI model in a more cost efficient way.
Well, I really appreciate the time you spent with us, Lu. And as I was telling you earlier, over the last year, we created this book, and from the Collision Conference, which you were probably at. But we'll be doing something similar with the interviews here, and we wanted you to have a copy of our Future Narrator book.
Yeah,
and it really tells people how to tell the story about their business or their startup in a way that they can get someone like you to understand it quickly.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure. And maybe we can just get pose for a selfie with that the book up. And
okay,
sure. Thank you so much.
You are listening to the Business Leadership Podcast with Edwin Frondozo.